welcome back to my channel. Today we are going to make cream cheese chicken chili, or we just call it chicken chili. It's basically like I guess a white version chili, instead of the normal red. So I went ahead and cooked my chicken. I just boiled it and cubed it up. You can throw it in a skillet and turn it over, or it can be leftover chicken from anything, or it could be rotisserie chicken, whatever. And this also can be done in the crock pot. The recipe that I'll provide below will have crock pot instructions, but I've done it a million times on the stovetop just for a quick lunch or whatever, and it still works fine. So you need about 2 cups worth of chopped chicken. You need a can of Rotel, any heat that you would like, a can of whole kernel corn, a can of black beans, and I went ahead and cooked some dry ones that I had in my cabinet, so I didn't have to buy any more. But that's what I did this time, so we'll see how that goes. It'll probably be fine though. Also, you're gonna need a cup or 2 of chicken broth, and the rest of this will be our seasonings and then our cheese. Go ahead and cut your burner on about medium. And I'm gonna need about a teaspoon of chili powder, and a tablespoon of chili powder, a teaspoon of cumin, and a teaspoon of onion powder. And we're gonna stir that up. And a whole brick of softened cream cheese. So that's 8 ounces. So I let this sit a minute. It's all done. If you find that your cream cheese didn't melt all the way, then just mash it up against the side of the pan and it should do what it needs to do. But that's it. It's real easy and simple, and it tastes just as good this way as in the crock pot. Now pay attention to when I post the recipe. I did adapt it a little bit to look this way. The original recipe doesn't have chicken broth in it. I'm trying to think if it had seasonings in it. I can't remember, but I added the chicken broth, and this was like actually more than a cup's worth. This is about 2 cups worth of chicken broth, but to me it tastes better that way. But that's it, y'all. It's real easy and simple, so you don't have to wait on the crock pot to get done for you to have the same chicken chili. But you can do it either way, stovetop or crock pot. We are going to make Mexican cheese soup, and it is very similar to our chicken chili, but it's a little bit different. This is gonna have ground beef and Velveeta, where chicken chili does not. So it's very similar. So I've already browned the ground beef and I've already drained it. You need a pound of Velveeta, cubed. And you could probably use the Mexican version if you wanted to. That would probably be really good, because I think it's spicy. This is just plain, and I used Aldi's brand, so I'll put that in there. I'm gonna go ahead and cut my heat down on low, and then we can go ahead and dump the rest in and just let it cook. And as soon as the cheese melts and everything's heated, it's actually done. So it won't take long at all. You need to add a can of whole kernel corn, a can of diced tomatoes, a can of Rotel, and we need can of black beans, and I made them from dry. So I'm gonna just scoop some of these out. You'll need about a can's worth. If I go over, it's not gonna be that big a deal. Need to get rid of them. So let me get just a few more. Okay. And you're gonna need 2 cups of beef broth. And I always make that out of bouillon. That way I always have it on hand, and it takes up little space in my spice cabinet. and it doesn't spoil. So as long as I keep it dry, I can mix up that. As long as I keep it dry and have some water, I can have broth anytime I need it. So that was beef broth. And you're gonna need some taco seasoning. And I did like just 1 envelope's worth. Okay, so you can even cover this if you want, but just let it cook on the stove for about 10 to 15 minutes and it should be done. I'll come back and show you what it looks like. This also can be done in a crock pot. I'll try to make sure that I share the recipe down below so you'll know those directions. I'll be back in a few. Okay, y'all, so this is the finished product. It tastes amazing. The Velveeta really gives it a really good taste. I didn't think it would, but it really does. You can salt and pepper it if you like, but it tastes really good without it. I think it'd be good with some cornbread or some crackers, either one, or even by itself. It was delicious. Make sure you like and subscribe. I'll see y'all next time.